Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a special edition of Mental Health Awareness. And as you know, June is a mental health month. So for men, you're well considered. So karibu Alfie.
Thank you very much.
Karibu man in this.
Man month ndio hii sasa mental health.
Man month ndio hii. Sasa ni nyinyi mnamulikwa.
Sasa sisi tu. But there's a challenge. Wanaume tuko na shida. Mental health.
It's true.
Men we have an issue.
It's true.
Yes.
Ni vizuri kuangalia vizuri.
Kabisa.
At times we forget about our men. What tuna concentrate about the women empowerment, women this, women that. We forget about men and your core in our lives.
Thank you.
So in this show, we salute you. Yeah, in our previous shows, we talked about suicide and suicidal behaviors.
Yes.
Yeah, as a mental illness. And also we talked about PTSD.
Yes, post-traumatic stress.
Oh, yes. Na tukoona, especially PTSD really affects men.
True.
Mostly affects men than women.
Yes.
Yeah. But we discussed about it. Tukoona ni vizuri, tuko on the lookout, create good relationship, friendships, tuongee ndio tusaidiane. These people, these situations, they heal through talk therapy.
Yes, talk therapy is actually, that's the key. Ni kuongea, then the rest will follow. Kama kuna medication, that will always follow.
Kama kwenda kwa daktari.
Very true, very true.
So today tuna talk about one and major thing on this show, the anxiety disorder.
Where akona anxiousness.
Hey. Na hapa pia kuna mahali sisi ladies tunafall hapa ndani, kuna uoga tuko nato.
Tuko mahali hapo.
Tunatupea tu anxiety. We shall look on that soon.
Yes.
So what is anxiety disorder?
Now anxiety basically it's just fear. It's a feeling of fear.
Fear,
Dread, yeah. It's a feeling of fear. But you know, there's fear and then there's fear. Hizo ni fear mbili tofauti.
You just say the same thing differently.
It is fear.
Fear
and fear.
Is it fear and dread? I don't know.
You see, let's do it practically.
Fear and more fear.
Fear and more fear. Tabs kuna job umeitiwa interview. So you'll have the dread, you'll have the fear of going for the interview, isn't it? But once you get there, you will flow na itaisha.
That's true.
Yeah? So that is fear. Lakini kuna hii, Tabi ameona mende imetokea chini ya kaba.
Nakwambia. Unaona? Hatuwezi kaa nayo na cockroach.
Now that is fear.
It's either one of us lives, either me or it.
Now that is the difference of fear. Now that
yeah.
So that is anxiety.
Good example.
Yeah, that is no anxiety. Yeah.
So mental health disorder is characterized by feelings of worry, anxiety, now that fear that are strong enough to interfere with your daily activities, daily routine.
Yes. Ukikaa chini, you know, like there's those people akikaa tu hivi. Akotuna uoga. But they cannot explain what they're fearing. You know, so this person is just dreadful. But what are you fearing? They cannot explain to you. You see, but you see, if I would call it normal fear. Normal fear is probably maybe unatembea kwa street. Then one chokora. There's that moment of fear. I call it a moment of fear.
Consciousness ina hiyo.
Kadogo kanakuja because you're like
kazuri kana kusafeguard.
Exactly.
Weke simu yako vizuri, kibeti vizuri, wallet poa, uko alert.
That is, we will say normal fear. That is good fear. That's good anxiousness. That's good anxiety. But kuna hii unatembea kwa street and everybody is a suspect.
Yeah, true. All of a sudden, umeanza tu kuogopa.
Yes.
Hati inaanza kugonga.
Yes. So actually now I think what we need to look at are the symptoms. Yeah, the symptoms. Yes. How do we define, because we need to be clear how we define this anxiety disorder. Because you said it's a feeling of fear or dread. And that's when we make an example. Yeah, to define fear and fear.
So, now, as we look into the symptoms, it's idea to define exactly.
It's very true. Very true. So I think we start with what? The physical symptoms.
The physical symptoms. Sweaty hands.
Mkono inamwaga jasho.
Nakwambia hata unaogopa kusalimia mtu ni vile tu umesweat.
The fear. And then there are those people pia wanakuwa na very cold hand when they have that anxiousness, the anxiety. Mikono inakuwa baridi.
Inakuwa tu baridi.
Exactly. Kuna hii tension, mimi naita tension. Muscles ni kama zina cramp, zimeshikana.
Tingling sensations too.
But you cannot explain what is going on.
You cannot explain, true.
Mdomo kukauka.
Yeah. Nakwambia, hadi inakuwa white na inakuwa cracked.
Yes. Yeah. And then there are those people who also have nausea.
Na ni kweli wanakaa ni kama kabisa wamegonjeka. Yaani nausea hadi anatapika.
And then kuna tunaita palpitations. Kizungu ilipita njia kidogo.
Heart inagonga.
Roho inagonga karibu ibust.
Sio ile normal, ile inagonga hadi you have to take a pause and relax.
Yes.
So that uweze kuendelea na shughuli yako.
True. Now these are physical symptoms.
Unaona inakufanya hata shughuli yako inasimama. Everything stops because you cannot continue na hiyo sweaty hands na ukitapika nauseousness.
No, hata hivyo. You're going to do shopping, all of a sudden uko na taumbili yako hapa. Then umeona tu maboys hapo, umeshtuka, then you can't even do the shopping.
You just go back.
Seriously?
Your normal routine may have to stand.
Imeishia hapo. So these are physical.
That are physical symptoms. Yes.
Then we also have mental symptoms. The one nightmares. Niliona mende mchana. So now all of a sudden
nightmares, you cannot sleep.
Mende cockroaches ziko kila mahali. Yeah? And then of course we have obsessive thoughts, uncontrollable obsessive thoughts.
Yeah.
Kuna mtu saa zote tunashinda kioga mkono. Saa zote anafeel ni mchafu.
Ameguza kitu ikampea dhidhi.
Yes.
So atashinda hapo akinawa mkono.
Every time niko maji.
What is dhidhi?
That fear. that feeling.
That feeling. That tingling feeling hapa kwa vidole. Yeah.
Then of course there are feelings of panic.
Of panic, uneasiness.
Yeah, so zote you are always kind of tense. You're always kind of tense, yeah. Then of course you have flashbacks.
Yeah, flashbacks.
So maybe something happened. You may trigger.
Your mind returns you back there.
It keeps on going back to that. So yeah, those are the mental symptoms.
Mental symptoms.
Yeah, so then we have what? We have
behavioral symptoms.
Why? Mtu hawezi tulia.
Kabisa.
Hey.
Ako tu jumpy.
Ako kila place.
Kila mahali.
Sasa ako tu. Yeah? It is not.
Yes.
Very dangerous.
Very true.
Like we said, kuna hiyo obsessive behavior, kuosha mikono, saa zote. Of course, sleeping becomes a challenge.
Now your behaviors may change.
Exactly. So these are behavioral symptoms. Now, the interesting thing I would say about anxiety is that we do not have a defined cause, I believe.
It's true.
Unlike the other disorders, at least we can be able to slightly pinpoint. With anxiety disorder, we do not have an exact cause. So what we have are factors.
Factors that causes it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Disorder. Tulisema mental disorder. Kitu ya kwanza ni nini? Factor yuko jina leta shida.
Yeah.
Chemical imbalance
kwa brain. Imbalance.
Yes, chemical imbalance in your brain.
Chemical imbalance.
But the interesting thing about the chemical imbalance in your brain, imagine inaweza kuwa stress related. So you keep on stressing. You are a stressor.
Yeah.
You keep on
stressing it.
You keep on stressing. So chemically your brain changes. The chemical foundation of your brain changes. So actually this could be a trigger.
Umepewa ka bad news pale?
Yes.
Umeshtuka, alafu unasikia uko mgonjwa, tumbo imefura, unaambiwa pressure yako iko juu. Tena unashtuka zaidi.
Chemical imbalance.
Unaikosia wewe mwenyewe, unaikosia chemical imbalance.
Exactly. Then we have environmental factors. Now these are like I think we've covered these in the other sections. These traumas, physical traumas will go maybe involved in an accident. You know, those are some of the issues, rape and all that. Yeah, so these are environmental factors actually that come into play.
Yeah.
Then genetics. Hereditary.
Yeah.
This one for sure it is passed down. That's the one thing that is now standing out about anxiety disorders. Unlike the other disorders where we say maybe it may be passed down. For anxiety it is passed down.
Ni kweli, na utaanza kuiona kwa mtoto akiwa mdogo tu.
Yes. Ako na uoga fulani ni kama ni kwao. Nasema ni kwetu. Ni kwetu sisi tunaogopaga mende. Sisi tunaogopaga panya. Nabi unasikia mende unataka kutoka mbio.
Kwanza ile kubwa no we don't deal with it.
Okay. So for treatment depends with your doctor, depends with your specialist. Yeah, they are the ones who actually determine what will happen.
So there are medication treatments?
Yeah, there are. we have anti-anxiety
Medications, yes.
So these ones basically they're used to reduce the uneasiness, the panic. Okay,
The panic.
I'm trying to not to use the same word. I'm trying to not to use the word anxiety. Yeah. So they reduce the panic, they reduce the uneasiness, they reduce the worry.
The level of worry, they try to reduce.
Yes, so these are the anti-anxiety medications.
Antidepressants.
Then we have antidepressants also. So again, they also, now remember this. Excuse me. We said when we're dealing with this topic, mental disorders start from your brain because of the chemical imbalance. So with anxiety disorders, you are prescribed antidepressants because the antidepressants go to your brain to balance your chemicals.
Yeah, they try to balance.
Yes. Then we have beta blockers. Where?
Beta blockers, they are used to relieve rapid heart palpitations.
So basically, it's like inafanya roho yako iache kupiga sana, you know, because okay, remember we said inapiga so that you might even feel the pain, the physical pain actually.
Yeah.
Because of the way it's pumping.
Yeah. So they are used to help reduce the physical symptoms.
Yes. Of the disorder.
Of the anxiety disorder. Yes. Like your heart
palpitations.
Yes, those ones shaking, the trembling. Yeah.
Wow.
And now the healthcare provider will see which is the right medication and the right combination ya kutumia to prescribe for this anxiety disorder.
Yes.
Depending on the
condition pale umefika.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Another way of treating, of course, not only medications, there is psychotherapy treatment.
Talk therapy, counseling.
Counseling now.
So, but you see the beauty about this is that, again, you're being taught how to handle the disease, the illness, you know. So they'll take you. Actually, you are okay.
Mental health provider.
Yes. Psychiatrist or psychologist. They'll guide you.
They'll guide.
So they'll show you these are your triggers, how to handle your triggers, and so on.
They know which strategies to take.
Yes.
So that the disorder can be better managed.
True.
Yeah. So the first one we can discuss is the CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy.
Yes. So basically, this deals with your thought patterns.
Yeah.
Deals with your thought patterns. So this is how you think. So, and these are your triggers.
Yes.
So how do you handle the triggers and how do you go about them? Because so basically, it's like you fear wewe unaogopa mende. Wacha nirudi kwako na hii cockroach yetu. So Tabi, you fear cockroaches. So how do you handle hii cockroach?
Yeah.
You get. So they're basically showing you this is your trigger and how you handle that trigger.
What I can say is you realize the disorder, you recognize your thought patterns, and then they realign the thought patterns to help you to deal with it.
Yes, true. Yes, exactly. Cognitive behavior.
CBT, yeah. The other one is the exposure therapy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unaogopa mende. So they take you to that situation. They put you where the roaches are. But you see, like we said with anxiety disorders, like we'll see, there are people wanaogopa mpaka height. Hawezi panda lift. Hawezi panda lift.
Ni kweli afadhali aende steps.
Hata kama atapanda mpaka 30th floor.
Hizo steps.
Ataenda. So basically with the exposure therapy, it actually tries to reduce the intensity of your anxiety in that particular situation.
And the fears behind the anxiety,
yes. So it tries to work on that. Yeah.
They deal with it, engage with it.
Yes.
And then they can use relaxation exercise and imagery with this exposure therapy to try and deal with the anxiety disorder.
Wow. Wow. Now, can we prevent it? It cannot be prevented. It is there, so it's a matter of how do you live with it.
How do we control it or how do we reduce the effects?
So, caffeine, watu ya kahawa. Reduce consumption ya kahawa. Anything that has caffeine, reduce. Because if you notice you have this anxiety, now the only thing you can do, because caffeine happens to be kind of a trigger, so you reduce the intake.
Reduce the intake. Maybe if it is in tea, in the drinks, in the chocolate, reduce it. Kabisa. And then check out your medication.
Medication, of course.
Of course.
Medication one times one, tafadhali ni 1 times 1.
Si ya kuruka.
Yes.
Na kuamua tu utawacha.
Nimesikia vizuri leo sitameza.
Hapana. Endelea tu nayo.
Then of course exercise.
Live a healthy lifestyle, take care of you.
Kula vizuri, exercise yourself. I mean, these are things that are basic to us.
But we ignore them.
But we ignore them.
And also seek help.
Yes, very true. enda utafuta pale utasaidika.
Nong'onazia mwenzako ambaye unahitaji help.
Yes. Hiyo sasa. Now we look at what the types.
So we can go deeper and check on the types of anxiety disorders.
Okay.
So we can mention them.
Yeah, we mentioned. Yeah.
One of them is called the generalized anxiety disorder.
Niko tu na anxiety.
Generalized.
Yes. Niko na anxiety. I cannot define why I'm anxious, but I am anxious. That's the thing. Yeah.
And another is a panic disorder, the phobias.
Yes.
And there's a separation anxiety. But we can go deeper kuangalia hizi ni nini? The generalized anxiety disorder, umesema?
It's general, as in you are generally anxious. You don't have a specific, Sasa zote tu uko na tension, uko on edge, umekasirika. So if somebody even asks you, ni nini mbaya, you yourself you're not even sure what's wrong.
It's persistent. Iko tu hapo. Yeah.
Lakini hujui ni nini.
And it interferes with your daily life kabisa.
Very true. Very true.
So we can mention symptoms. The feeling restlessness, you just on edge.
Yes. Irritable na kasirika tu ovyo.
You have difficulty in concentrating.
Yes. Migraines.
Inakusumbua tu.
Yes. Migraines, headaches.
You cannot control the feelings of worry. You cannot control.
You cannot. And then of course, usingizi hakuna as usual.
Yeah.
It comes back to the same thing.
Yeah.
You cannot sleep.
You cannot sleep.
Yes, you cannot sleep.
That was the generalized anxiety disorder, the GAD.
Yes.
Next, we can look at panic disorder.
Panic attack. Okay,
more than. It's more than.
It's more than a panic attack. It's not a panic attack.
Ni funny. Panic attack ni ile inakuja iko short-lived.
Yes. Yes.
But now this one, I think panic attack can develop to panic disorder.
Yes, because you see, okay, with a panic attack, it's a short, intense attack. Lakini what is a panic attack? No, we've not said what a panic attack is. Yeah.
What is a panic attack?
Yes, we start from there. So, basically, panic attack is intense fear that is, it's like a burst. Ni short.
Kama saa zile umepuliza balloon unaipuliza and then you continue kuipuliza and then it bursts.
Yes.
And so, short lived hivyo tu.
So a panic attack is that intense fear but it's short. So a panic disorder sasa inakuwa ni mrefu. It's prolonged.
It's prolonged.
Yes,
umekaa nayo.
Yes, it's longer.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's the difference between the two. Yeah.
People with panic attack have frequent unexpected panic attacks. When you're on a disorder.
When you're on a disorders they have
frequent
panic attacks. So panic attacks
inawapata mara mingi kwa siku and then inakaa for months, many months.
Yes.
Even a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. So symptoms, okay, what you might experience during a panic disorder?
During panic attack, which a prolonged time is panic disorder, you will experience pounding or racing of heart. Hiyo inakimbia sio kama hii inagonga hivi pole pole. Itaenda haraka.
Yes.
And it will interfere with your daily routine because hautafanya anything else.
It's true, very true.
Yeah.
Then chest pains, of course.
Chest pains.
Is on lazima.
Yeah, chest pains.
Of course kuna ile because of the fear it's an attack, it's a panic disorder. So kuna ile unaona there's a disaster coming. There's doom coming. So there's that I would say a feeling.
A feeling, yeah.
It's a feeling of that. Then of course you're not in control.
You're not in control.
You feel like kila kitu is just all over the place, so everything is haywire, I would say.
And also trembling. Unasikia tu you're trembling or that tingling sensation kwa mwili yenye huwezi explain.
Panic disorder.
No, and now this has to it will go on for a long time.
For a longer period.
Your panic disorder sasa.
Wow.
So
the panic attack changes or metamorphoses into a disorder.
So with these people, we often worry when the next attack will come. The people with panic disorder, they often have this worry, constant worry, when this panic attack will come next.
So actually, ameanza ni kama anticipate the next attack.
They will try to prevent.
Yes.
Future attacks, but inawapata tu.
Bado wanakutana nayo. This is very sad.
It's very sad.
Yeah, so that's a panic disorder. Then we have what? Phobia?
Phobia-related disorders.
Phobia-related disorders. What is a phobia? Leo hii dictionary tumekula.
Tungekuwa tu nayo hapa karibu dictionary. Phobia ni woga.
Yes, but intense. There's that intense fear. Like we said, there's fear, and then now there's intense fear.
There's intense fear.
So, again, I think I'll go to what is the most common fear. Fear of lifts. Not want to go per lift, like we say. So, this guy or this lady at panda stairs, 30 floors, avoid kupanda lift.
Hiyo motion of height, and imagine tu ako huko kwa hewa.
Yes.
Na nafaa huku chini.
Yes.
Hiyo inapea fear.
That is now phobia. Yeah. And so and then this phobia is so intense that this person basically cannot function within that particular environment.
Yeah, hata function.
So
it's true.
That's why it's called a phobia. So phobia related disorders, I think we have a number.
We have a number.
Yeah.
Ya kwanza ni agoraphobia.
Yes, we have agoraphobia.
They have intense fear of two or more.
Yes,
of some situations.
Yes. Now this were now like that friend of mine who comes in. Mwenye hizi panda matatu, public service vehicle. So he has that, it's intense. And you see, fear yake, at least for him we can tell, is because he was involved in an accident.
Yeah, something caused it.
So that's a trigger, you know, and you see this is an environmental trigger. So alikuwa involved in an accident after kutoka and all that. Right now, public service vehicle, watch a na gari private, like speed pia me control how fast the vehicle is going. Yeah.
Others pia kuna woga being in open spaces.
Yes, as place.
Open, yeah.
Yes.
Na wengine pia being in closed spaces. Hataki 4 walls.
No, hata si 4 walls. Kuna mtu hawezi mcontain ka space kadogo. Ukimweka hapo
hawezi function. Mind inakataa. Either standing in a line or being in overcrowded places.
Anaona iko shida saa zote.
Naona wengine wa vote.
Tasimama kwa line aje. The crowd that is there. So it will not work.
Others have this fear of being outside of their home peke yao. They just have to have somebody.
Baadaye kutoka kwake akona mtu, but them they would rather stay indoors. Rather than be outdoors.
They'd rather stay indoors.
Yes.
They really try to, people with agoraphobia, they really try to avoid this situation. They try to avoid it, ndione kama wataweza kumanage.
Yes.
But it becomes a little difficult or even impossible for them, because kama mtu lazima aende avoid.
Na hawezi toka.
Hawezi toka. It's an impossible situation.
Yeah, true.
So people there become, people with agoraphobia, unaona mtu anakuwa housebound, lazima haizi
toka.
Haizi mix.
Okay, so that is agora. Actually, it's agoraphobia.
Yes, agoraphobia. Yes. And then there is separation anxiety disorder.
Well, this is actually, it's interesting because it's mostly common in children.
In children,
you see, because when you want to leave the child, like the mother, anangangana
ataki kuachana na yeye.
But now, what is interesting about it is that we also find it also affects adults.
True.
So
it can affect them.
Haezi kaa peke yake ama huwezi mwacha kwa nyumba peke yake. He or she has a fear of being alone.
Kuna fear of being alone.
Yes.
Hawezi tu kaa peke yake.
Lazima kae na watu throughout. So this is separation anxiety.
They wanaogopa something bad may happen. Something bad can happen.
Very true. Yeah. So this is separation. Then now we have the specific
phobias, the simple phobias.
Tabi na cockroach yake.
Specific animals, insects.
Yes. Sindano. Hey, wacha nimeze tablets.
You see now.
Sindano tafadhali hatukutani. Let me swallow my tablets even for a whole year. I am no problem.
Wengine wanaogopa flying, afadhali wako on the road.
Yes.
Fear of heights.
Yes, fear of heights.
Fear of blood.
There is also fear of blood.
Yes.
Siwezi kwa daktari, damu imemwagika.
And it's so funny because most men wanakuwa kwa hii category. Especially unataka kupeleka your wife kwa hiyo delivery room. Na unasahau hata pengine ujui uko nayo. Unaona tu damu and then you faint.
Anafeel tu mbele mama amaliza kazi.
Those stories are many. Unakuwa patient.
So these are specific.
These are specific, There's another one called the social phobia, the social anxiety disorder.
Well, So this basically, these are people you cannot put on stage. ati
mbele ya watu.
Simama mbele ya watu, sema jina. Tutamimia la shua hiyo. Nitasahau jina yangu.
Mdomo inagongana, meno, ulimi,
everything is everywhere. So basically these are people that cannot basically stand in front of people. So they have that fear. And then it's common. It's common. But the beauty about it is that it can be dealt with.
It can be dealt with.
You just need to be talked. Actually, psychotherapy comes in. You get talked through, you get trained, and eventually overcome it. Yes.
And then peleka kama ni mtoto shuleni, because most teachers will relate to this.
Yes.
Utaona wanaona anajaribu kwa point huyu ende drama akuja aseme mbele ya watu, unaona hapana. I think most teachers, instead of just kwa point mtoto na kona woga ende asema mbele ya watu, start small. In the class. Asimame mbele yako peke yako, kidogo asimame mbele ya wanafunzi wenzake.
Exactly.
Kidogo mbele ya walimu, staff room.
Exactly.
Pole
at a peak.
Yes.
And basically we'll get out of this.
Yeah.
Hapa ndio nasikia. Na sasa unajua the problem with this particular disorder, I would say, because this person has I would say social incapability at some point.
Yes.
Do you know hata kuongea na next person itakuwa shida?
Itakuwa shida.
You know, like
afadhali akwe peke yake tu.
Yes. I was just about to say back in the day unaenda kukatia day anachora mapu ya dunia mzima. Sasa
wewe ndio unaenda kuongea lakini wewe ndio unaenda kunyamaza kuongelesho.
Exactly. So there's that, there's blushing.
They are blushing, they are sweating.
Anatetemeka, hata kumuza ni nini hata hizi sema, you know.
Ameogopa such that hadi akona stomach aches, the racing hearts, you know.
So this
body posture ni mbaya, yeah.
Social. Yes. So there's an issue with the social anxiety disorder here. So, but like we've said, it's something that can be dealt with.
It can be dealt with.
As long as it's identified, it can be dealt with. Yeah.
So one, we talked about generalized anxiety disorder.
Yes.
We talked about panic disorders.
Yes.
The ones disorders related to phobia.
Yes.
Phobia-related disorders.
Yes.
And then there is one. There's another. The selective mutism.
Yes.
It's a rare disorder where something happens, I don't know, it's an anxiety that
mutism, you're mute.
You're just mute and it goes for long.
Yes. You know, the issue is you can converse, you talk.
You can talk.
You talk, not you can, you talk. You talk, you converse. But now the moment you've been put in front, it's almost the same as social anxiety. Only that this one, you go mute. Like literally, unakuwa mute, unakuwa bubu.
I once encountered Sajina, and this one occurred for a long period of time. Hata niliacha bado mtu aongei. Unakuta anaongeanga tu kwa wazazi kwao, lakini akiingia shule anakuwa mute. Unasikia mtoto kuna wakati alikuwa active, lakini all of a sudden haongei, ananyamaza tu.
Wow.
Na si ati ashikanishi.
Yes.
But have participate, amenyamaza tu.
But yeah, and you see, like when you look at the selective mutism, it actually happens in children below the age of 5. So the problem is if you don't deal with it, then
early enough, it can.
This person grows with it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the problem. And then the other thing I noticed about selective mutism is that actually we find it associated with other disorders.
It's true.
So like you say, this person, you'll notice they might have also an issue with social anxiety disorders.
Yes. Yeah.
So socially. Hayuko sawa, unaona. So the moment you put this person in front of a crowd, actually the mutism comes in. So it is selective. Within circle yake, the family and maybe the close friends, they're okay. But the moment they come out, it becomes something else.
Yeah, and you see for its symptoms or characteristics, they are interesting because kuna one of it ni clinging behavior. Ana cling to wale ana feel comfortable
with, yes.
Yeah, lakini kwa hao wengine ana feel ako social embarrassed.
Yes. So that's why it's selective.
It's selective.
So it's within a particular circle that they're okay, but outside the circle, they are not okay.
Yeah, they're not okay.
What?
That is anxiety disorder as a whole.
I am telling you, hapa ndo tunajuaga tunakuwa na mashida. Tunasemaga na unaogopa mende, now we know what the problem is.
Yeah, unaogopa mende.
Selective anxiety disorder. Alikuwa unaona sindano natoka mlango wa daktari ndio.
Unaona damu na faint. Unakuwa mgonjwa literally.
Exactly. So we have these phobias, we have these disorders.
Yes.
But it is good to know about them.
Yeah.
Learn how to handle them.
Yeah.
In case they become severe, seek treatment.
Seek treatment for sure.
Seek treatment. Hata kama ni psychotherapy, the talk therapy.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Go for it.
You know.
Hata even making your family aware that I suffer from this.
Yes.
Ni ya maana sana.
It goes a long way in actually kupona.
Yeah, they will know how to, your family, those who love your loved ones, they will know how to assist you.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. So that was anxiety disorders.
Anxiety disorder as a whole.
Wow.
So I hope you guys have been enlightened as we've been.
True, very true.
Yeah,
very true.
yeah.
Actually.
We continue na hii journey ya mental health awareness.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will continue from that particular point.
So subscribe and make your friends watch, share the link, make your friends watch, so that we walk this journey together. Tuweze kuelewa mental health na mental sicknesses ni ugonjwa pia, tuelewe, to walk this journey together. So thank you so much, viewers.
Subscribe kama kawaida.
Bonyeza na
wala